All right. So, quick thoughts. Was not the best Daytona 500 I ever watched. Good finish as far as how the racing was. Kind of weird. Congratulations to Michael McDowell. Dude, he's made some stupid decisions before in his career, and he's has some. I don't know. He's messed up just like any driver has. But I personally think he's a really good guy. I think he deserved the win. He's always been good at plate tracks, so it was bound to happen, and it's really cool to see him win. I'm also really, really sad. I should be happy, but Chase was that close. I would have been happy with Chase or Austin Dillon winning. They were both 2 and 3. What can I say? I'm glad that Denny Hamlin didn't win. I'm glad Kyle Busch didn't win. I'm sure as hell glad Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski didn't win. But first things I want to talk about that I've seen. First of all, how do you people suggest we stop these type of wrecks? I mean, the wrecks are happening because of the drivers' mentalities of these drivers. This thing that I don't think a lot of people are getting is that drivers we have today running these races have a different mentality than the drivers that we remember growing up. Okay? Back in the early 2000s, we had Jeff Gordon, we had Terry Labonte, we had Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte. We had a lot of guys who were just very smart. They were aggressive when they wanted to be, but they didn't do stuff like that. The drivers have just changed. The mentality has changed of the drivers. They're attack all the time. Well, not really tonight. But the way the racing is that's how you have to do it. And I don't know what we're mad about. Can we just enjoy? Can we just stop bitching? That's all I'm asking. Because, no, it wasn't the best Daytona 500 I've ever seen. Was it a good finish? Yeah, you had 3 cars. I mean, you had 3 cars going for it at the end, at the line. I really don't think the result would have changed if they hadn't thrown the caution flag. I don't think they should have thrown the caution flag. But they did, which froze the field. But again, I don't think it would have mattered because McDowell got a really good run on the high side. And I don't know if Chase was really... I don't know how hard he was racing. I'm assuming he was racing like it wasn't over. I'm sure his spotter was telling him to dig. I know Austin Dillon was digging, so I don't know if it would have mattered. Still kind of sucks. Still kind of stupid to throw the flag on the... I don't know why. Why would you throw the flag on the last lap when the wreck is behind everybody? I just don't get it. But I don't think that's changing the outcome. But for real, guys, can we just... You guys aren't thinking. These drivers are different. Your Joey Logano's, Brad Keselowski's, Kyle Busch's, they're different. They're not... Just look at the rosters that we're used to, like, back in, 2000, 2003. Look at the drivers, and look at how they raced. Yeah, we still had Kevin Harvick, we had Tony Stewart, but they didn't do stupid shit like that all the time. I don't even think what they do necessarily is stupid, because Logano was kind of screwed. I'm not a Logano fan. Don't like the man one bit as far as a race car driver, and I don't like Keselowski. But neither one of them did anything wrong. Logano was kind of screwed either way, and Keselowski did what he had to do, and Logano did what he had to do. I think it's kind of funny because they always end up wrecking each other. If you look, they always end up wrecking each other in a wreck some way, shape, or form. And the thing is, can we really be mad about them going freight train like that? I mean, nobody wants to get in a wrecked race car, especially after they had the big wreck early. I don't know, man. I enjoy it. I mean, I think we're just in a culture where we think that racing has to be non-stop entertainment constant entertainment from green flag to checkered. And that's not how it is. That's not how it's going to be. One of my favorite parts about racing in general is the strategy. And there was definitely some good strategy play. The Toyotas lost this race because their strategy was kind of bad. They didn't have as many cars to go on the pack, and their pit stops weren't as good, whatever. And that ultimately is why they ended up losing this race. That's what it is. I mean, go watch old Daytona 500s. I enjoyed it. What I'm trying to say is, I enjoyed it. I felt like I watched a good Daytona 500, and I feel like the winner didn't pull any shady move or anything. He did what he had to do. He was right where he was supposed to be. He survived, which is what you have to do in the Daytona 500 nowadays. My favorite driver was second. One of my other favorite drivers finished third. Larson kind of got screwed by getting the tail end of that wreck. I guess I'm just happy NASCAR's back. I'm very happy that NASCAR got this race in. They could have easily just said, screw it, let's go to tomorrow, but they didn't. They hung with it, got the full race in on the same day. So props to NASCAR. Props to the drivers on putting a good race. It wasn't a shit show. But I had to address where I see people complaining about the single file racing and the last lap wrecks. That's just, to fix that, you would have to change the drivers' personalities. You're not going to change Joey Logano's way of thinking. You're not going to change Brad Keselowski's mind of thinking. You're not going to change Kyle Busch's mind of thinking. And those are three drivers I don't like. But that's how they race, and they make it interesting at the end of the day. So, good race. I'm glad NASCAR's back. I think it was worth going through that rain delay. But I'll end this by saying, hey, fellow millennials, stop bitching about stuff like that. Just be happy with what we got. Don't expect entertainment from green flag to checkered that we want. We're not going to have a full-on pack racing for the whole 200 laps. It's just not going to happen nowadays. Because if it does, we see what happens. There ends up being a wreck fest. If it doesn't, it's a freight train. It's the way it is now. But anyways, I think I made my point. Feel free to comment. Just keep it if you're going to comment, fine. Just be civil. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do this every week after every race. Kind of want to. This was kind of just a thing I felt like I had to do. I didn't even set up my normal setup for a rant video. But I will say, yes, I agree about the 2 o'clock start times. It needs to start at noon. Because that's just how Florida weather is. We got it in, but people on the West Coast, if they really want to watch NASCAR enough, they'll get up and watch it. 10 o'clock isn't terrible. And it's a 500-mile race, so if they really want to, they can catch it after while they wake up. I know that's not going to change. I wish it wasn't 2 o'clock. I hope it gets changed back to 12 o'clock start time. But I will say this. If I had to stay up till 11 o'clock to watch Lakers game back in the day when Kobe was playing, they can wake up a little early to watch a NASCAR race. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Follow me on my Twitter at jpatdiecast. And follow my Instagram at jpat_diecast2. Peace out, guys. Have a great day or night wherever you are. And we'll see you on the next video.